guys, welcome to my channel. This is Zima Tutorials. Zima Tutorials, as you already know, is an educational channel on YouTube, on Facebook, and on TikTok. Okay, today I want to start with this question from JAMB Past Questions. Okay, I have been doing this exercise that we have option A for 5 minutes, B 5 minutes ago, C since 5 minutes, and D during 5 minutes. Okay, which of these is the correct answer? Okay, now this question is meant to test your understanding on how to use for or since in a sentence. Okay, do you know how to use for or since in a sentence? Now let's look at this question again. For 5 minutes, 5 minutes ago. Okay, I believe you already know that this is not the correct answer. Okay, during 5 minutes ago. So this you already know is not the correct answer. So they're going to be teaching you how to use for and since in a sentence. Okay. Now these two words are prepositions of time. Okay. Now let's start with how to use for in a sentence. How to use for and when to use for in a sentence. Now, for is used to talk about a period of time, okay? The amount of time that is spent on doing something. For is used to talk about a period of time, the amount of time that is spent in doing something, okay? In the past, in the present, or the amount of time that will be spent doing something in the future, okay? Now, let's take, for example, past 5 years, okay? For the past 5 years, okay? Now I'm talking about the amount of time I've spent teaching, okay? The amount of time, okay, that I've committed into teaching. I'm not talking about when I started teaching, okay? At what point I started teaching, but the amount of time that I've spent teaching, okay? So for is used in denoting the period of time or the amount of time spent doing something or the amount of time that will be spent doing something, okay? Okay. I've been studying for 1 hour, okay? The amount of time I've spent studying, the amount of time I've spent studying, okay? Now, this is how to use for. Use for to talk about the amount of time you've spent doing something. The amount of time you spent doing something, okay? I've been standing for the past 2 minutes, okay? The amount of time I've spent standing. I've been talking for the past 2 minutes. The amount of time I've spent talking. I'll be studying the English language for the next 4 years, okay? The amount of time I'll spend studying the English language, okay? So for is used in talking about the amount of time you spend doing something, the amount of time you have spent doing something. So for is used in talking about the amount of time you spend on something. Now let's see how to use since in a sentence. How to use since in a sentence. Since is used in talking about a point in time something started, okay? When something started in the past and continues to the present. When something started in the past and continues to the present, okay? A point in time, something started, okay? When something started in the past and continues to the present and continues to the present, okay? So what for is using talking about a period of time. Since is using talking about a point in time, something started in the past and continues to the present, okay? For isn't talking about a period of time, while since isn't talking about a point in time that something started till the present, okay? In simple terms, for answers the question for how long, okay? While since answers the question when. So that's the difference between these two prepositions, okay? And let's see some examples. I've been studying since 2 a.m. I've been studying since 2 a.m. Okay. At what point did I start studying? 2 a.m. So it answers the question when. When did I start studying? At 2 a.m. Okay. I've been teaching English since 2012. Okay. When did I start teaching English? Since is used in talking about when something started in the past. Okay. When something started in the past and continues to the present time. Okay. I've been teaching English since 2012. At the moment, I'm still teaching English, okay? But when I started it was in 2012. I've been living in, he has been living in London. He has been living in London since January. When did he start living in London? January. At this point, he's still living in London, okay? So it's continuous. It tells you when something that is happening at the present actually started, okay? So since it isn't talking about when something that is happening in the present actually started, okay? When a current situation started, okay? So that's how to use since in a sentence. While for tells you the period of time something lasted or the period of time something will last, okay? The period of time something lasted or the period of time something will last. It doesn't talk about a particular time, okay, in the past or in the future. It doesn't talk about a particular time in the past or a particular time in the present, but a period of time, okay? Now let's go back to our question and attempt it. I've been doing this exercise dash, okay, for 5 minutes since 5 minutes ago, since 5 minutes and during 5 minutes, okay. I've been doing this exercise, okay. Now 5 minutes, does it talk about a period of time or a point in time? Does 5 minutes talk about a period of time or a point in time? Does it answer the question for how long or when? Does it answer the question when or for how long? It answers the question for how long, okay? It answers the question for how long and not when. So the right answer is option A. Okay? Option A, because it answers the question for how long and not at what point or when. It doesn't answer the question when, but the question for how long. Okay? So the correct answer is option A. Okay? I've been doing this exercise for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. Okay? So the correct answer is option A. Okay, so that is how to use for and since in a sentence. Okay, for tells you for how long, while since tells you when, at what point. Okay, that is it, guys. I hope you learned something new from this video. If you did, please give this video a like, share it to your friends, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed already. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in another video.